222. Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. I have a special guest. You haven't been on the show in a while.
It's been a minute. Too long. Way
Yeah.
too long.
So your full name is Langston John Blaze.
Yep.
But your stage name is Blaze, correct?
I go by Langston John Blaze as my name, but
Okay.
people here lately have been calling me Blaze, so I just been using it
Right, because I thought it was Blaze.
just to keep it simplistic. Just Blaze is just
So people that are watching, what do you do? Because they see you on here in your black, in your chain. All right, they go, what do you do?
Oh my God, I'm a man of many hats, but I at this point, I just call myself a full-on entertainer.
Okay.
That's really where I'm at right now. Music has really taken over the last 5 years of my life specifically. But screenplay writing, I really came from the web series world, so acting is definitely a big part of who I am. But I'm just a full-on entertainer. That's really who I am at the heart of myself.
So you know how to write, like when you say full-on entertainer and screenwriting, so you know how to write a play, a movie, and things of that nature?
Yeah. If you've ever heard of HD Productions,
Yes.
I wrote a show called 2020.
Okay.
I've written a few episodes of also Living for the Weekend. Realize was another show with Corey Knotts. So I did a lot of screenplay writing I should say pre-COVID. The last couple of years, working with a lot of those actors. A few, I think, that have been on your show, if I'm not mistaken, like
Yes.
Rashad and Sharad Amin and a few of the other guys. So yeah, I really just like the latter part of my earlier entertainment life. I really kind of concentrated on writing, but music always kind of kept taking a back seat, and I just was ready to start getting that part of myself out too. And within the last 3 or 4 years, that's really when I've allowed music just sort of like to take a front seat.
Because you are a singer.
Yes.
So you sing, and so when your sound, if you have to say, hey, I sound like, do you sound like somebody in the mainstream market right now? If somebody goes, well, I sound like R. Kelly or Trey Songz, a little bit of who do you sound like? Do anybody say you sound like anybody in the mainstream market right now?
I don't really think so, to be honest, but I will say that my teachers, like my indirect teachers, have definitely been like Michael and Janet and Usher and Aaliyah. So if you kind of want to think of those people and their sort of like assertiveness when it comes to that breathy sort of even a little bit more kind of like aggressive when it comes to more of like a hip hop mixed with R&B and pop music, because those are definitely my three strongest genres. Those have been the people who I paid attention to throughout my life the most. So it's almost like you kind of take notes, even if you're not even realizing it from them. And because this new album, Things, like there's going to be a lot more rock elements in the R&B and pop. So yes, and those people, they definitely always incorporate those different sounds in their music. So yeah, that's the only way I would say I would compare myself.
I've been following you on Instagram for a while. Everybody, who is he? This is Langston John Blaze. He is a writer, producer, artist, R&B artist, rock star. Like, you do so much. You just can't put you in just one box.
No, not at all.
I want to say, how do you balance, because you're doing all of this, how do you balance and say, hey, I'm going to stay focused on the music? How do you balance it when everybody is knocking on your door and say, can you write me a script?
Yeah. Sure. Oh man, that's really something right now that I'm in the process of understanding. I don't have like this sort of like I'm at the end of that sort of that race. Like I'm still sort of running that marathon of figuring out how do I create this sort of balance. So the biggest thing I would say, especially for a lot of independent artists out there that want to do everything, is that think of everything in quarters. So like this first quarter of the year has really been me gearing up for everything that I know I'm going to be prepared and have packaged and ready by spring and summer. So right now I've been concentrating on a lot of screenplay writings, talking to a lot of people in the industry, just getting an understanding of what it is to write like a television series and using that even to sort of promote my music, because obviously I'll use that music that I've written and the series that I create in the future. So that's really where my head is right now, is script writing and music, and they go so much hand in hand. And that's a lot of time how you have to think about it is, okay, if I'm doing a lot and I'm trying to wear all these hats, how can I sort of collaborate them both? So that's kind of like where I've been right now with creating the music and creating a lot of the writing processes. That how can I sort of like conjoin them?
If you were to work with anybody in music, who would you like to work? Who is your dream, dead or alive, that you would like to collaborate with?
Oh man, see, I'm not the type of person that it's gonna be people who you would just
Okay,
think of off the top of your head. It's gonna be like
it's somebody
I'm
deep.
be honest with you,
It's
it's gonna be
great.
like Teddy Riley
I'll tell you
and it's
about it.
gonna
Okay.
be Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. At the most modern, it'll probably be like a Pharrell and Timbaland because I feel like their sounds are just so different and they never can do they never do the same thing twice, I feel like. But I like rock music too. So bands like Creed, My Chemical Romance, and so many people that just do different type of sounds. It's not just all hip hop and R&B for me. It's just when you're a musician, you have to sort of be open to all genres and all different types of people who create music. So that's really the type of artists and producers that my brain would be like, oh man, let me get this person and that person. And I love Mike Will too.
Yes. So I listening to you talk and actually doing that. You're being very active into your music because I've known so many people. They start out doing music and they stop. What keeps you going? Because you're still doing music in 2022.
Hmm.
What keeps you going to say, "Hey, I'm going to keep going"? Because most people that I've known that trying to do independent wise, they give up because nobody's buying their music, nobody's paying attention. How do you stay focused and say, "Hey, Langston John Blaze, this is what makes me stay focused into this music"?
You have to you just have to have the energy for it for one. You have to work out a lot, especially as a dancer. And dance has been such a big part of my craft. And also just getting inspired but not copying has always been like a really big part of my teaching skill. Is that like I look at someone like Janet and see concepts that she creates, and I'm very conceptual oriented. And those sort of things, I mean, those small, even magazine clips sometimes, like I use all these different types of skills just to keep me abreast of what's going on, but at the same time, not so much focused on what's trending to the point where it's like I'm just going with what's, happening now. It's just really kind of looking at those people from the 90s and the 80s and like sort of taking notes of what they did, how simplistic things were back then, and how, a one scene video becomes the most iconic thing of that time instead of trying to use all these green screen effects. And I think that sometimes we live in such an age where we just let technology really just take over. And if you look at a lot of old Michael Jackson videos and even someone like Annie Lennox or like all those types of people, what made them stand out was just the simplicity. The song was already crafty and had like a very sort of edgy thing. And you can turn on Sweet Dreams right now today and it still plays and bumps like it did when it came out in the 80s. You
Absolutely.
know? So
Absolutely.
that's really kind of where my head is, just really understanding the people from the past and how much they really influence the now. So that's really been my biggest thing that's kept me sort of motivated and but people find different things, but I'm a very visual person. So that's really kind of what's kept me motivated throughout the years.
I hear so much with rappers and it's like beefs. Do you have any beefs right now as a singer? Is it anybody that's been trying you that you want to call out in this interview?
No, no, I don't really. You know what? And what's so funny that you mentioned that, not musically, but in the web series world, it was very difficult for me sort of towards
Right.
the end of it. I had a pretty big popularity unknowingly to me because the internet was very new with the concept of web series then.
Mhm.
And I think Free Fall was a show that I came from, and we were kind of at the forefront of starting that. So
Yes.
by the time that it kind of really, I mean, very quickly too, started to pick up a lot of momentum, I was very oblivious to it because I don't live in the city. I stay kind of out of that. I'm really about my work. So when I party, but it's just not, I'm not one of those people who you're going to see at the club every weekend. So by the time I really started to branch out in the city and see people responding to it, it really caught me off guard. Like I could walk in the mall and guys from out of town that were just visiting were stopping me. And it was like, wow, this is crazy. But at some point, it did kind of get to a point where I had to check myself and check other people that I had worked with. And it just became very difficult for me at some points. And it started to remind me of like, that phase you go through sometimes when you're in school and you start getting bullied. And I kind of had to take myself out of that atmosphere just to really kind of readjust, because that was the only time really I can honestly tell you where it was difficult for me when it came to other people specifically. And this is so crazy how this happens, but specifically in my community. It was never a prejudice dealing with people like you hear typically. But it was just people primarily in my own community that I got the most had the most difficulty with building relationships with. So I try to work on that more, but I'm the type of person now where if I don't have to use a lot of people, I'm not going to do it.
That is so true. I want to ask you because, how do you balance this in a relationship? Because me, I having a hard time trying to focus on the Wiley Show and then date, because I have a problem. Do you want to date me for me, or do you want to date me for my platform? Yeah. How do you stay balanced of dating? How are you dating? Are you in a relationship? And if so, how do you keep it balanced with your work and your personal life?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely a juggling act. But the thing that I've found that has worked for me right now is finding someone who has their own thing going on.
Yes.
Because what happens is that when you guys meet in the middle, it's like you guys are a breath of fresh air to each other. And there's no one competing with the other person, or like it feels like, oh, they're trying to one up on you or keep up with you, or there's any sort of like envy or jealousy. When you find someone who has their own sort of thing going on, a lot of the times they just want you to come home, or they just want to have a conversation with you and make sure that you were good that day. And to be honest, I think that's kind of been like a magnet for me, because that hasn't been an issue for me. I've been in the dating world. I've definitely found myself meeting people that were very successful and very driven. It's one thing to be successful and you equivalent that to having money or what kind of house you have or car. But when you're just so driven and you love what you do, you're not really thinking about, anybody else. You're just a token, as in a piece of my world and my puzzle that I have going on already. So I've been blessed to be able to meet great people that already have their own kind of thing going on. Because when you meet people and you're trying to build them up with you, then you kind of put yourself in those situations.
That is so freaking true.
Yeah.
Do you want to sing us a song right now? Do you feel like singing?
I kind of really, honestly, right now, because of where the new single is right now. The new single is called Fangs.
Okay. When is that coming out? Your new single?
This new single is coming out in March.
Okay.
We're shooting the new video next week, in fact. So I mean, the independent artist thing, guys, let me tell you, it's not easy.
It's difficult.
It's not easy. I actually just ran into a situation.
What situation?
I haven't talked about this yet, a lot, but I actually just ran into a situation with Summer Walker because we used the same production.
Oh wow!
And I don't think a lot of people realize that she's so in her bag right now, and she's such an amazing R&B artist, but she's still independent. I just think that she's at a higher brand of what independent is. So we actually, so I say that to say that we search for music the same way.
Okay.
And somehow her people got in contact with one of the producers that I use that's out in Russia. This guy's out.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. So we ended up using the same beat. She has a song called Switch a Nigga Out on her new project. And my version of the song is called Summer Nights. It's the exact same beat. And the producer, and this is another thing I really want a lot of independent artists to know, is that there's a difference between having an exclusive production and having a lease. And what happens a lot of times is that producers may not offer that exclusive production because they want to still monetize off of it. Okay. So when they do that, they can put their name attached to both of those artists. So it wasn't a fault to her or myself. I did it legit. She did it legit. It's just that these are some of the things that you run into when you're independent. You may end up getting a lot of the same production. And to be honest with you, sometimes this happens in the mainstream artist world too.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, out of all the people, and people are gonna think that I took her song, and I was just like, oh man, artists were really sensitive. So
yeah, they is.
I was just like,
if you lease a record, you're right. If you lease, somebody else can lease that same record if you don't own exclusive rights to that beat. So you are dropping some gems right now.
Absolutely.
Did you want to sing because my people were saying, tell him to sing a song. I said, I don't know if he's gonna sing a song or not, because we didn't talk about that before we aired, before we went live. But if you do want to sing, you're more than welcome to, because we got like 200 people actually watching. I think over 10,000 views this video going to get and more. And I want to give a special shout out to all the people that are watching my show. But you was really on our show. We was in our beginning stages on Blog Talk Radio. You will call in.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in our beginning stage. So now we almost at 30,000 subs right now.
That's crazy. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's by the consistency. It's about putting in the work. Yeah. And I know you are putting in the work, and now having this song this beat of that Summer Walker got the same beat. That's just one step closer to you to work with a Summer Walker or something like that.
Oh man, I would love
to be in that same space around, so that's be great. I want to ask you before you go, what do you want to accomplish in the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years for your career? What do you want to accomplish? Because I always ask people this, because I know you're working right now, but what do you want to accomplish in the next 5 to 10 years?
Gosh, you know what's so crazy? Within the last 3 days, I got the pleasure of working on Tyler Perry Studios, and just seeing how he works and just seeing everything that he puts together. And when they're shooting multiple scenes and there are different days in the script that it's happening, he's the only one in the room that really is keeping up with all that. And he knows, no, she needs to be wearing this outfit. No, she said this line. It made me realize how much of a businessman that I really want to be. And I think that a lot of the time as artists, we get so caught up in the art form and doing the videos and everything that's the fun part, that the business thing sometimes gets kind of left on the back burner. And all these different people have their hands on in our masters, for our music, and not understanding that owning your masters is one of the biggest pitfalls that a lot of artists don't do. And they end up doing it later in life. But when you do it as soon as possible, you don't have to backtrack and figure out who has this and who has that. And so right now, being a business person, I just created my company, Cold Summer Universe. And it's basically for independent artists that really want to branch out and kind of, have people to rely on that are also from that independent community. So being a businessman right now in this industry of music and entertainment is probably the biggest lesson that I've learned within the last year. And that's really where my headspace is right now. My dad passed away within the last year that we've spoken, out of nowhere, and he was a businessman. So I've got him always in my mind. And that's really, really where I've really crafted a lot of that energy right now is I love it. I love to dance. I love to sing. I love to be in front of a crowd and perform my ass off. But at the same time, I'm thinking I'm on my, my Hove, Jay-Z, Diddy sort of mentality of like, you got to own this stuff too, man.
Absolutely.
And also find the talent and be the talent.
Owning is key, 100% for that. And I do want to say I'm sorry to hear about the passing of your father.
Thank you.
I know he'll be proud of you now, just constantly putting in the work and putting in the writing. Everybody asks for your social media, so I'm gonna drop your Instagram so you can announce like all your social media, where they can get in contact with you at, and if you got any concert days, you can let us know now.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say just thank you for letting me on the show again. I always love talking and cutting up with you. Yeah. Shout out to Kelly Rowland, by the way, because that was our conversation last time, and today's her birthday.
Yeah, shout out to
that's crazy, right?
And it's Brandy. Yes, and it's Brandy birthday.
That's crazy. That was like the big gist of our last conversation. That's crazy. But I am John Blaze on Twitter, Instagram. The new album Fangs 2022 will be out by June. New videos. It's a short film version of Out of This World and Fangs, which is the new lead single, which will be out in March. So I'm really looking forward to performing for you guys. Like, people hit me up. I'm ready to get out there. The videos and the recording, all that is a big, strong passion for me, but I'm ready to get out there and perform. That's really where my head is right now. So please get in contact with me. I love you guys.
Yes, and I can't wait to see your movies and shows on the big screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you to be
it's happening
by Tyler Perry is that's such an inspiration because he does a lot and he owns his own studio. So it's just amazing that you brought that up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that. I don't know how much I can really talk about it right now, but Eva Marcel is a part of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's a continuation of the show that she did last year, All the Queen's Men. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully that leads to more opportunities. So, but yeah, guys, I'm excited. 2022 is going to be, I think, a great year for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
A lot of people in the chat talking about tell him to see. Listen, you guys, when he
I want you guys to get the whole experience
yes, he wants y'all to get the
of it,
whole
and I
experience.
promise that I will, when if Wiley allows me, I will come back and
Oh,
and
most
bust some
definitely. You're
acapella for
more
you
than
guys.
welcome to
But I
come back.
really just want you guys to get the whole round scope
Because
of the music, and
like what amazes me with
you've heard a lot of my stuff,
yeah,
though.
I have. You can sing, and you're just so focused on your craft. I don't hear you in
Yeah,
jazz. You're not in drama.
you
You
know
know,
how I do.
you know what I'm saying. You're not on OnlyFans busting a wide open.
Nah.
You are literally focused on your craft, and you know what I'm saying. You're not scamming people out their money. Like when you're just a great person, a great guy
Thank you.
into this business, and that's good. You don't find it too many times. A lot of people they do a lot of shady stuff, but you're not one of
Hmm.
those characters.
Absolutely. No, I'm just trying to live right, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying I just want to live right. And I also want to put
Yes.
myself with people who want to live right too. Because I
Yes.
think a lot of the times that what happens, oh, okay, this person is here and they're convenient. No, I want to build people who are thinking with the same mentality as me. And sometimes you got to dig for it for a little while.
Absolutely.
So I'm out here trying to find dancers right now, and that's driving me nuts. But
Yes.
it comes with it. It comes with the territory, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Yes. Well, we want to say thank you, Langston, for coming on.
Love you guys.
It's amazing. Make sure y'all go and follow him. And when the new song drop in March, you said make sure y'all go and support it.
Thanks, 2022, guys. It's
Yes,
coming. I
2022.
promise.
All right. Thank you, brother, for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. It was amazing. It's just great to have him on the show. A good friend. He does music, he writes. It's just amazing. I wanted to introduce him on the Wiley Show. So next time he may come on and he may sing for y'all next time. Next time he may come on here and do a couple of notes for y'all, but he can't really sing. He's an amazing guy. And I've been following him on Instagram for a while. For years now, and I said, "Hey, I want to bring him back on the Wiley Show so y'all can be introduced to him." Okay, so make sure y'all go follow him or Instagram and go check him out and stuff like that. Y'all is ruthless in these comments, okay? Y'all are ruthless. Let me just say this in these comments, y'all are ruthless. All right, that's how I tell people: do not read the comments because my people, they ruthless. It's like the Showtime at the Apollo. Like they're ruthless in these comments. But I do want to jump into our topics tonight. Can we jump into the topics tonight? And I want to talk about Kiara. Did I got her name right? Kiara Shear Kelly. I want to make sure I get her name right. Kiara Shear Kelly. Do I got her name right? Did I say her name right? Kiara Sheard Kelly. Now, I want to talk about Kiara Shear Kelly. And she said that she don't, when her homegirls come and visit, she have them staying in a hotel room. She don't allow them to stay in the house because her mama said keep our house. And I 100% agree with that because my stepfather will tell you, we just got on the phone not too long ago. He said, one thing that I regret, Marquise, I said, what? Allowing my best friend to move in with me and my wife because he effed my wife, which that his wife is my mother. He effed his wife. And he said that was one of the major mistakes that I made. I moved my best friend in with me and my wife, and he took my wife. And I said, you got to be very careful. So I've learned from you got to learn from that with roommates. You got to learn from that. I 100% agree with Kiara Clark Shear because it's the truth. You got some thoughts out there. You know what I'm saying? And and my stepfather best friend still stay with my mother to this day. And he will always tell me, he said that was one of them. And I told him that was one of the major mistakes you made moving him in your house. You got to be careful. You know, I'm just saying I have to share this because that's my mom. I'm going to share this story so somebody else don't have to go through this. Be very, very careful with that. You invite your friend to stand with y'all, him showing up with his shirt off, or you see him in his boxer briefs, or you see him in the shower showering. Temptation. So I agree. And she have an attractive husband, just like if he have his homeboys over, he should tell them to stay in a hotel room instead of staying there, because temptations, and you want to protect your marriage. So a lot of people were dragging her, and I was in the comments like, I agree with what sis talking about. I agree with what she's talking about. Don't bring your friend moving into your house or come visiting, because temptation. So say, hey, going to a motel or going to a hotel. It's just that simple. You can't even trust roommates. I'm just saying, you can't even trust roommates. You can't even trust roommates, because I would tell you, my former roommate, all right, because I live by myself now, and I have to by myself because I'm a whore. I said it honestly. He had his boyfriend over, and me and him have already talked like beforehand, but nothing popped off. And so my roommate, he traveled a lot, so he was traveling across the country, and he was traveling. So he went somewhere out of town, and so I invited the boyfriend over. Technically, he was the ex-boyfriend because they were broken up, but I invited him over, and you know, one thing led to another. Lippity lap lap, cockety clap clap. Some things start to pop off. So, you know, and that actually happened a couple of times. So, in order to keep me safe, and you know, I just say it's time for me to get my own apartment. All right. It's time for me to get my own apartment, my own place. Is much, much better, right? But I would tell you, I think I slept with that man. I think I slept with all his boyfriends, to be honest. I think all of them. All of them that he's been with, all of them except one. All of them. And so it was time for me to get my own apartment, because I just did not have any morals. I was a whore without any morals. And I tried to not do it, but you know, him walking around, getting out of the shower, I'm going to hop in the shower. Things just started to pop off. And so it happened. So I said, it's time for me to get my own apartment. And so I got my own apartment. I ain't got to worry about that. Sleep with nobody, roommate's boyfriend. That ain't going to happen. All right. And so right now I'm minding my own business. All right. Doing my own thing by myself, minding my own business. It's just me and my hands. That's it. Minding my own business. I just want to break that down to y'all. All right. So, but yeah, I was getting it in. So I agree with Kiara Clark Shear Kelly. I agree with Miss Kelly. Keep them away from your man. That's a good standard to take. Okay? So let that be known. All right? Okay. All right. So that was that. Who else I was going to talk about? Congratulations to Candace Owens. I posted a picture on my Instagram. I had to delete some trolls because I am a component of interracial marriage, interracial families. I'm a component of that. My father is in an interracial marriage. My brothers, they're interracial. They're mixed race. So I am a big component. At one point I wasn't, but now I am. I'm a big component. If you want to smash the Karens, you can go and smash you a Karen or a Becky. I was at one point against that, but I ain't against it no more because my stepmama, she's a Becca with the good hair or a Karen. So I'm mad at. She's really nice woman, own her own business and everything. So I was saying congratulations to Candace Owens, and I was getting dragged. They were dragging me in the comments because I was posting a picture of Candace Owens. And people were dragging me, saying, why are you posting her on your page? She's not for the people. I said she is for the people. Just because she want to take some white peen, that's her decision. She's still a black woman. She's still black. She's never, ever, ever denounced her blackness as a woman. So I posted that showing love to my sister Candace, and I'm getting dragged. So I had to delete a lot of people on my Instagram. I said, listen, there's a beautiful, her husband is beautiful. Her child is beautiful. She's expecting another child. And so I was congratulating them. And I'm getting dragged. I was getting called so many C words, Oreo cookies. They were calling me everything out of the book. And the only thing that I did was post a picture. That's all I did. And I said, congratulations. Why I'm getting dragged? My stepmother is a white lady. So dragging Karen is not good. That's why I said, calm down, Karen. But I would never wear this shirt when I go eat my stepmama sweet potato salad with raisins. I would never wear this shirt, calm down, Karen, because it might trigger my stepmama. So I'm not going to wear it. Whenever they invite me to the Thanksgiving, I'm going to eat the unseasoned turkey. Because that's my brothers, that's their mother. So of course I'm not going to be disrespectful to my stepmama. All right. But I say this humbly, like people, they were just dragging me in the comments. They were just dragging me for filth because I posted that picture. I am a fan of Candace Owens. I'm a fan of what she believes in. A lot of things she believes in, I believe in. I don't believe in 100% of what she believes in, but a lot of things she say, I can agree. All right. Honestly, I can agree. I believe the brokenness in the black family is not having fathers in the household. I can agree on that. That's a good message to preach. I'm right there applauding that. And so when I posted that picture, I didn't think everybody was going to drag me. I posted that picture showing love. And it was a lot of trolls, and I was deleting them quickly. And some of them are begging me to come back on my page. I said no. Okay. So if I ever were to get married to a Karen, I get married to a Karen. You know what I'm saying? But she got to know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? She got to like my shows, Power and Good Times, Sanford and Son. She got to like my culture. So if I do get married to a white woman, she have to appreciate my culture. And she got to know how to fry some chicken. And it got to be seasoned fried chicken. Because everybody don't know how to fry no chicken. So it got to be seasoned right. All right? And stuff like this. I wouldn't mind, marrying a Karen. I wouldn't mind marrying that at all. All right? Okay? I wouldn't mind that. I was just saying, right? I'm kind of like cheesing up because I was actually talking to somebody and, but I wouldn't mind it. I don't think I would be able to bring her on camera because the comments, just right now in the comments, y'all dragging Po Candace. So if I were to bring a Karen that I'm talking to or Becky with the good hair, y'all will drag her. So of course, I'm not going to bring her on camera. I'm not even going to bring her to Vegas. Because if I bring her to Vegas, y'all going to be throwing shots. And it's no way in the world I'm going to bring her to Vegas. I want to say stay at home. So, I'm not going to bring her. Because if I bring her, y'all going to have a whole lot of stuff to say, just like y'all saying right now in the comments. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, who else was I going to talk about? I'm looking at them right now. No, love is love. Don't worry about it. Love is love. because you're beautiful. Do 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 do. Okay, who else I was gonna talk about? Give me a second. Okay, what's his band name? Columbus Short. Y'all know who Columbus Short is. This man is arrested again for domestic violence. I just like Columbus. When people keep getting arrested for domestic violence, I always tell them this. I sentence them to Vaseline in their hand. Let me tell you what I meant by that. Vaseline in your hand. Just be by yourself. Because if you can't keep your hands off your wife and girlfriend, whomever, or your significant other, and you always got to beat them, just be yourself. Be single. Be single. Get out of the relationship. Divorce your wife. If you can't not control your anger, get out of the relationship. And he's a good actor. One of my favorite actors. Columbus Shaw is one of my favorite, he's one of my favorite actors. And this man just cannot keep putting his hand on his wife. I don't understand that. Me personally, I don't understand a man that like to hit on women. I being violent. I don't understand that because I don't do that. I don't understand. I don't understand. Just like I don't understand women that being violent to men. Okay? I don't understand that. If you don't know who Columbus Short is, Columbus Short, let me see if I can pull up his picture because I was just trying to get through the comments, get through the topics here because y'all say, oh, you so late. Get on time. Get on time. Get on time. Y'all don't know who Columbus Short is. He was on Scandal. And if y'all don't know who Scandal is, and he was on, oh my God, he was in the other movie, Cadillac Records with Beyonce. Oh, was he on Cadillac? Yeah, he was. He was on Cadillac Records. Yeah. Give me a second. Let me pull up his picture. I'm sorry. That's what we need, production. All right, give me a second. Thank you so much. You gave me that super chat. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Y'all be giving me super chats and stuff. I love that. Thank you so very much. And he married to a Karen. And he was on Stop the Yard. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this picture. Give me a second. He's married to a Karen. Oh, Karen cousin. All right. So he keep constantly getting in trouble. That's how he got fired that's why he got fired on Scandal because he got into a domestic violence situation. That's why he got fired. All right. So please, if you're in that type of relationship, just leave. Don't stay in a relationship. Do not stay in a relationship. I can say proudly that I have never hit a woman. I can say proudly I've never violently hit a woman in a violent, disrespectful way. Never, ever. I treated women with the most kindness ever. I've never violently done that. I never violently hit a man in a domestic violent dispute. Never. I've always treated them with kindness and love. I don't know why he's not in jail. Y'all let me know. I don't know why the man is not in jail. Okay, just like the other man. What's the other man? He had a domestic violence dispute. I can't think of his name right now. Oh man, he was married to. He was dealing with one of the Kardashians. Y'all know his name. And he did a deal. He took out a deal. And this is something he took out a deal with the prosecutors. Y'all know his name. Can y'all post it in his name? What's the man? I can't think of the man. It's on the tip of my tongue. Not OJ Simpson. Oh man, he's a rapper. Tiger. Is it Tigger? Oh, Tiger. Yeah, Tiger. Yeah, Tiger. He was in a domestic violence situation, and he said, "Hey, I'm not going to press. They're not going to press charges unless he do it again. They're going to press charges." He worked out a deal, and I'm like, "Why is he not arrested?" I feel like if you put your hand on a woman and hurt them any kind of way, and you attack them any kind of way, you need to serve at least 80 years in jail. 80 years. If you hit a woman or if a woman hit a man and they got a swollen eye, headache, concussion, you need 80 to 90 years. If I was the judge, I would have gave Tiger 80 years and I would have gave Columbus Short 100 years in prison for putting his hands on a woman. And, and then also we will, with no possibility of parole. If I was the judge, 80 to 100 years you would have to serve for putting your hand on your wife or your girlfriend or your significant other. So if I was the judge, I'm not the judge, but if I was on the judge, you have to at least get about 80 to 90 years. Can we give him that? Is it possible for you to get 80 to 90 years? I don't know. But if I was the judge, that is what I would 80 to 90 years of hard labor somewhere down in Alabama or Mississippi somewhere in the hardest rundown prisons that this country can offer. That is where you will be serving. It's 80 to 90 years. All right? In my humble opinion. All right, if I was the judge, okay, I'll throw the whole book at him. Okay, why I got that song on my head? In the morning. Okay, let me go. Okay, let me not start singing. All right. Okay, we got two more topics, and then I'm be done. We got two more topics. We're gonna be done. DaBaby might be headed to prison or jail because he get into a relationship. He get into altercation with Danny Lay brother. Danny Lay brother was at the bowling rink bowling, minding his own business, drinking his drink. DaBaby came up to Danny Lay brother, knocked the drink out of his hand. They slipping and sliding all in the bowling alley. It was a hot mess. They stumped on him, grabbed his hair, hit him in the eye, punched him. And I'm like, what the world going on? And see, if I was Danny Lay brother, I have my lawyer on the phone because you can sue DaBaby. Yes, he needs to go to jail, but that's a bag that you can get. I will sue him because DaBaby need a hard lesson. He needs to start losing stuff because I don't think he will learn his lesson, even though he's very attractive, even though he's a very attractive rapper, very talented rapper. But he still got this thuggish gangster personality in him. And he don't know, like, when you're going around throwing your hands on people, you got the bag, so he can go after your bag. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that because it should have been a one-on-one. That's some punk move, you jumping up with your crew. No, link up one-on-one. Y'all go into a boxing ring, one-on-one. Let people buy some tickets, and let's see who can duke it out the back. But you have the audacity to get your crew to jump on them. Like that's a punk move. Y'all slipping and slide. It was embarrassing. So DaBaby is banned from the bowling alley. That bowling alley down in California. He's banned because they have the recording, the security camera, and he is the aggressor. He started. Okay, it's just really he started it, so he's aggressive. So if he was in my court, almost definitely DaBaby would get about 3,000 years. 3,000 years, hard labor. I will instruct him. He'll be building the expressways. He'll be outside in the hot, picking up the trash. He will have to get at least 3,000 years for that. Violent attack, 3,000 years, hard labor. 3 life sentences. If I was the judge, see, I'm not the judge, but if I was the judge, he was in my courtroom, 3,000 years. Because he need to get a lesson that you do not play around with jumping on somebody. You're going to get 3,000 years. If I was a judge, they got me on the bench. I heard that I can run for it to be a judge. I heard that in the chat. Somebody said I can run to be a judge. Yeah, I can run to be a judge. I heard that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can run to be a judge. I'm gonna have to run for office. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run for office. Okay, and he's so short, but he's so talented, but he still got this gangster mentality, this thuggish mentality, and that's why women love him because he's a thug. And Danny Lakers still gonna give him some punani. She ain't gonna stop doing it. It is what it is. All right, let's move on. Now we're gonna go to our last topic here. Chat. Let's put their pictures up because these are the only people pictures I have up. Give me a second. All right, before I talk about this, I just want to say, do not try to drag me, Barbs, but I Nicki Minaj with Bussin. This is a new single. I don't know who told her this or who put this in her ear and told her, baby girl, you can sing. I don't know who told her. Maybe it was a cousin, maybe it was her aunt, maybe people around her and her team, or maybe herself. But you can't sing. You cannot sing. Singing is not your gift. Choosing men is not your gift. You can rap. You're an amazing rapper. But singer, no. Stop trying to sing on the bridge. You can call Beyonce, you can call Kelly Rowland, you can call Michelle, you can call K. Michelle, you can call Tamar Braxton, you can call Summer Walker, you can call so many R&B vocalists that can do the part where you trying to sing at. Just focus on the rapping. All right? Now, I'm not upset with you because you ain't come on my show. I'm not upset. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Black Latino media. Thank you. You are an amazing rapper. You're not even a good cook because I saw that food that you try to cook, and I said that looked disgusting. That rice, ain't nowhere in the world I'd ate that rice or that corn, whatever what you was trying to make. Nikki, get a staff. If you that rich, I don't want to eat that. Get your staff to cook. Get one of the best chefs to cook because I'm not eating that. Now, one person that did look like they knew how to cook was Erica Banks. Now, I eat her food. I wouldn't dare try to put my tongue in some of Nicki Minaj's food. Not going to happen, especially not on no paper plate. You got all this money and you put food on a paper plate. Where is the gold china? Where is the golden cups? Why are you serving food on a paper plate? You got millions of dollars in the bank. You mean to tell me you ain't got no gold cups or no gold china? Gold spoons and knives and forks? We eating with paper plates? And plastic spoons? I don't understand that. I know I got some barbers here. They're gonna say, Wiley mad. This the headline. This is what they're gonna say. Wiley's mad because Nicki Minaj won't go on his show. I'm not mad. I'm just giving my opinion. Bussin was not hitting it for me. It was a Tekashi 6ix9ine, even though he even posted LOL Tekashi 6ix9ine piece. He posted LOL, then he deleted it because it was it's his style. Okay. I like DaBaby, but it wasn't a good record. It wasn't. Once I really listened to it, I'm like, Nicki, you can go back into the lab with that. It wasn't hot. I'm just not a fan of her music. I'm sorry, her singing. That's what I want to say. All right. Now I will open up the phone line. Do y'all want me to open the phone lines? Y'all let me know. I ain't trying to talk about. They said, I don't think you're getting Nicki Minaj interview. I'm going to get the Nicki Minaj interview. We're going to keep it real. We're going to get that interview. Let me see if I can call her on Instagram. Let me just try and see if I can call her on Instagram. Let me see if I can call her on Instagram. Give me a second. Let me see if I can call her on Instagram. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can call her on Instagram. Oh, she not answering. I'm trying to call her on Instagram. It's not letting me call her on Instagram. Something must be wrong with her Instagram. Okay. I tried to call her on Instagram. And just like she tried to go live on Instagram, I was so embarrassed of her. This woman got on Instagram chewing ice. Baby, little baby, call in. Is you calling in? It was like a hot mess. And I'm like, Nicki, why are you using these filters? You don't need to use filters. You are a beautiful black woman. Why are you eating these filters and chewing that damn ice? I mean, I'm like, listen. And then Lil Baby was like, he was over it. First of all, he didn't want to go on live. He don't like to go on live. He just posts his pictures, get his money, he gone. So he was on live. He was like, well, we could just, if this thing ain't working, we just link up in the studio. We could just link up in the studio. So then she get Soulja Boy on the live. She gonna ask Soulja Boy, what do you prefer? Do you like breasts or butt? And Soulja Boy said like both. Then Nicki Minaj gonna say, do you know any undercover down low rappers? I'm like, Nicki, why are you asking Soulja Boy, do he know any undercover down low rappers? I'm like, this woman trying to get somebody taken out. I'm like, why does she be trying to ask these questions? Why is she trying to? And then she said, well, I do. When you ain't gonna name the name. Don't say you know some undercover down low rappers and you ain't gonna name no names. All right. She tried to do the same thing to Saucy Santana. I'm like, and Saucy had to correct her. Don't do no male rappers, do the women because he don't want to get knocked out at no bowling alley. She tried to set up Soulja Boy and Saucy Santana. I'm like, this woman is a hot mess. And talk about she know. Who? Who do you know that's in the closet? All right. And people still gonna be a fan of her. At the end of the day, I'm still a fan of Nicki Minaj. If she come on my show, we will show her love, we will show her respect, but I will always have my opinion. And that's what we're gonna do over here at the Wiley Show. All right. I'm gonna always have my opinion. They said, why, Wiley, please stop with the black Michael crap and the Candace. Oh, here we go. Here they go. We're gonna open up these phone lines because these people, they are really something. I'm like, come on now. I like the little flow, but it's the Tekashi 69 flow. She took his flow. You know what I'm saying? And she could have put Tekashi 69 on the record. I guess he ain't popping them all. Give me a second. Let me open up these phone lines. Hold on 1 second. Can y'all like the video? Can y'all please let Nicki Minaj know that I want to interview her? Thank you so very much if y'all can let her know. Moderators, if y'all can let Nicki Minaj know that I want to interview her. After I get to drag and I come on interview her. Oh, they gonna drag me if she come on my show. All right. Give me a second. We'll open up these phone lines. Give me a second. All right, here we go. All right. There she go. Is she in the chat? I thought somebody said Nicki was in the chat. All right. We're going to open up these phone lines. Moderators, if y'all can post the number 646-716-8447.
Your show now, press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 33 seconds.
Okay. No, she didn't block me. I'm still not blocked. Y'all want me to be blocked, but I'm not blocked. All right. She must have blocked. No, she don't have me blocked. I was trying to call her. It wasn't letting me call. That's
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
what I was trying to do. I was trying to call her on Instagram. It's not letting me call her, but I can definitely send her a voice note. All right, but I don't know. It's just well, I do know. It's just the singing does not do it for me. Every once in a while, it may hit. You know, if I'm tipsy enough, I might like her voice, but she's not the best vocalist, in my humble opinion. I'm just keeping it real right now. I don't know if anybody want to call in, but the number is 646-716-8447. Let's go to the phone lines. 9498. You're live on the air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, I've been trying to get in forever. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, so let's get into it. It's complete trash. The entire song. I mean, it's what the fuck? Oh, excuse me. What the heck is that? Like, she needs to set on her own. This is not the new Nicki. I mean, this is the new Nicki, not the old Nicki. I feel like she's trying to be like the Cardi B's and everybody else. She just needs to stay in her lane. I get she has to reinvent herself, but this is not the way to go. And it's like every time she comes out, she has to hop on a feature. Like, she has the star power to stand on her own. So I don't understand why she's not doing so. I just don't get it.
And I think she reason why she's.
And that lets me know, like, she has to have somebody because she knows she has to stay relevant. As much as these rappers, quote unquote, need her, I feel like they failed to realize that she needs them more than they need her. Because they're hot. You know what I'm saying? They're still relevant. The new generation know about them. Nicki fans are somewhere sweet, you know, taking their insulin, doing, you know, high blood pressure pills and everything else. So, I mean, she has to stay relevant.
I heard that. Thank you so very much for calling in and definitely keeping it real. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. The number is 646-716-8447. 4894, call you on air.
All right. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So what do you have to say? I know Bussin just came out, so do you want to give a comment on that or any other topics that we talked about?
No, I don't really want to talk about Nicki Minaj. I just want to talk about the road that I'm seeing you go down with this Candace Owens foolishness and lifting her up and propping her up. Please stop it.
Okay. What's the problem with Candace Owens? Why do you have a problem with her? She's a black woman.
She's a black woman, but she is also, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get your channel in trouble, but you know the word I'm going to say. And you know it too. And, you know, I hear you say things. I miss Trump. I miss his commentary. I hear you say stuff like that. And then I see, you know, your BFF, Tasha K, has Frankenstein face look at Angela Stanton on her show and buddying up to people like that. Listen, we don't have time to be playing games and messing around with that crowd.
Well, excuse me. Candace Owens is a very intelligent black woman. She makes some good facts. President Donald Trump done a lot for African American people. They was able to get food stamps. They were able to get stimulus checks, and under Biden, you're getting crack pipes allegedly. And so Trump have done a lot, I think, great for this country. I talked to a lot of,
and that's my point.
I talked to a lot of,
I talked yesterday about the crack pipe, I
talked to a lot of business owners. They always say, man, under Trump, business was good. So hey, I'm looking at President Biden approval ratings. It's in the 30s. They're not that too good for Trump.
Well,
I'm talking about for Biden. He's in the 30s for Biden.
Here in Missouri.
Okay.
I'm a cannabis advocate in Missouri, and I'm going to tell you right now, all he has to do is push that button, and his numbers will go through the roof, honey. All he has to do is legalize marijuana federally,
and it's a wrap for whoever tries to beat him.
I agree.
And you know that is also true.
I agree. I 100% agree, because I would love to sit down with Candace Owens and smoke a big blunt. You know, smoke a blunt with President Trump.
Candace looks like she takes Percocets all day long. And
I don't
thing
think
I
so.
Say
you don't think she's
is,
beautiful? You don't think she's beautiful?
No, she looks constipated by the skin, and that's a side effect of overdosing on Percocets. But my second point is,
Percocets, man.
I heard, Percocet and Xanax all day long. That's what her skin looks like. That anyway, as someone who was an addict on opioids for many years, and I see how you guys took that story and spun it yesterday. The first place I seen it was, like I said, was Frankenstein face Angela Stanton went on her live talking about Joe Biden giving out crack pipes. That's not true. If there was one lifeline that I could have had to help me save my life, so I wouldn't be embarrassed when I was an addict, so I could get clean and get my life back together, I would have been grateful for a program like this. And the way that you guys joined in with the right wing and spun that story is despicable, and you should be ashamed of yourself. People's lives can be saved because of this program. Could you imagine if we still had Michael Jackson? Today's the 10th anniversary of Whitney Houston passing away. She needed help. Being an addict is not a joke, and he's trying to help. So watch how you spin these stories.
Well, again, for me, I read the program, and it didn't say nothing about the crack pipes. Okay, but I will say a lot of mainstream media sites, including I understand that, including Black Enterprise, and I know the Shade Room, they recanted and they posted the truth, and they didn't get that many comments because it was more funny saying that Joe Biden giving out crack pipes. But it's a reduction. So I'm gonna
tell you, like Kelly Price said, tread lightly with that type of stuff, because those type of programs could save lives, and y'all took it and tried to spin it a whole different way yesterday, just for clicks and views, and someone's life could be at risk. You could save someone's life with this.
Did you call it to the Shade Room? Because they were one of the big platforms that did it.
No, I didn't call. I call you because I actually kind of like you, but when you start making comments like that about how you like Trump and
what's the problem? It's my as a human being in this country, I can like whomever I can like. I have that choice, right?
Can.
And if I want to say I like Candace Owens, I understand. If I say I like Candace Owens and I like President Trump, that should not offend you because I said I like them. You don't have to like them, but I like them.
And you know deep down inside you really don't, Wiley.
Excuse me?
You're just
I've been
like
liking Trump since he ran for office. I actually voted for him in the primary election way back when he first ran, and I had registered as a Republican. So I'm a fan of him. I'm a fan of Candace Owens, and I don't think it's a problem of me being a fan of those people.
Okay, well, keep on promoting that stuff and go pick out your rope, buddy, because that's where we're headed.
That's just outdated information. That's outdated. I'm not gonna go and pick up no rope, anything like this. It's not 19.
You're gonna be the first
16.
One
no, that's not. That's not. It's not none of that. Just because it's a lot of Black Republicans out here in this world, and it's a lot of successful Black Republicans out in this world. So let's not act like Republicans are bad because they are Republicans. I mean, it's some Democrats that does a whole lot of messed up stuff. Look at Chicago, very dangerous city, and it's run by Democrats. So let's not.
Oh, here we go.
The city is just in turmoil right now. I just recently seen an article that they stolen a piece of construction equipment to break open an ATM machine on the south side of Chicago, and that's run by Democrats. And I even think President Obama, he's a Democrat. He lived on the south side, and that's one. I mean, look at Oprah. She was in Chicago, and the violence was high, and it's still high, and it's run by Democrats. So when are we going to call out the bad Democrats that's doing bad for Black people?
Okay. Well, Wiley, that's the first example they throw out on Fox News is, ooh, look at
the Chicago. Crime is high. I'm from Chicago. It's very high in Chicago.
I'm in mid-Missouri. I live in mid-Missouri at BFE, and I can tell you these trashy, dirty, greasy hair white folks do just as much crime as the Black people do, honey. or we wouldn't have a working courthouse. If that wasn't the case, white folks do just as much.
I'm just telling you, it's a lot of Democrats. It's a lot of Democrats doing a lot of wrong for Black people. I look at the city of Chicago, and I could just get on the phone with Shaquita and Pookie them and have these tough conversations of how much life been lost in the city of Chicago.
What about Chad and Brad and them smoking meth and raping their sisters in rural Missouri? What about those
I can't speak on that because I'm speaking about Chicago because I was born and raised in the city of Chicago. I wasn't born and raised in any of those other parts which you speak of, but I know for the city of Chicago, and that's one thing about President Trump. He can clean this country up. So if he do run again, if he do run, okay, that's your opinion. If he do run again, you know, I may have a sit down conversation with him. Would you tune into the show if I interview Trump? Would you tune into that episode if I have a sit down interview with Donald Trump?
You know what? I'm gonna hang up on you. I can't do this. No, I would not watch.
You not watch?
I would not watch
that's
that.
Sad. Why not watch?
And I wouldn't watch your show ever again if you decide to sit down with Donald Trump.
I don't believe that, Carly. You're gonna be right there watching.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't because I would feel disgusted. And I'm seeing you guys go down this road, and it's so scary.
What road?
When I saw Tasha K sit down with Frankenstein, I was like,
it's nothing. No, it's nothing wrong with her sitting down with Angela Stanton because that woman got things done from the Trump administration. It's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you less than a Black person because
at the insurrection too that day too. So
she was not there. That's not true. She was not there. She left.
Was true. She admitted that she was there.
She left.
She was there.
She left. She was not there. No, she left. No, she said she got on the flight and she went home. She was not there, and she had left. After they did the whole thing with Trump, she left.
What the January 6th commission.
Okay, we'll see. But she'd have been arrested.
Be the first person.
She would have been arrested. Let's be factual. Let's be factual on that. But we want to thank you, caller, for your support. We thank you for calling in.
I would love to keep trying to watch your show.
Well, just keep on
swallowing this red pill.
It's nothing, ma'am. I ain't swallowing none that's red. All right, I'm just giving my opinion, just like you giving your opinion.
Okay, well, you have a good Valentine's Day. Get some love this weekend.
Thank you so much. I will. Okay, man. I did not think people was gonna be upset with this Candace Owens stuff. 9582, caller, you on air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Yes. Can we discuss Little Fizz?
Little Fizz.
Who?
Mushroom Head.
Oh, Little Fizz.
Can we discuss that tonight? Do you like Mushroom Head? Because I like Big Mushroom Head, but I feel like the thing was too small. No?
I'm hearing you. But I didn't talk about it because I'm like, I didn't bring it up on discussion because I'm like, it is what it is. People post up to go viral. He got a concert that he's promoting. All right. 9867, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley. Hey, Wiley and Chad. It's the voice of New York. So, Wiley, the other caller that talked about the drugs and stuff. So, let's keep it real honest, okay? The reason why we're going so hard with the opioid crisis, especially when it comes to fentanyl and all that, is because it affects white people. I don't care about if someone's a drug addict or not. Why? Because a drug is a choice. You decide to put crack in your mouth. You decide to put opioids in your mouth. You decide to get addicted. No one put the gun to your head. We all learn from when we were younger what drugs does to you. Those drugs are not the drugs you just try out. You could try weed. You could try alcohol. But those hardcore drugs, instantly you get addicted. We all know that.
90 seconds.
So we're using my tax dollars to go and fund a program with the smoking kits. Okay, people say that doesn't consist of crack pipes. What does smoking kits consist of then? Because when I look at smoking kits in Canada, it consists of a stem, which you can do smoke. If you want to smoke crack, you can. Or if you want to smoke meth, you can. They give you that option. An alcohol swab in order to wipe the injection site. If you do want to stick a needle.
60 seconds.
To put, she said, put lip balm in order to stop with the crack and the fissures. So what are we talking about here? Yeah. I mean, of course, they're not going to say out loud. First of all, there's a video of Biden. And let me tell you, the reason why I'm so don't care about the opioid crisis, because when the crack epidemic happened, what did they do to our community? They put us all in jail. Biden was a senator during that time on the war of drugs, right? And he had a video saying, oh, if they got caught with crack, put them 5 years in jail. Put them in jail. Put the people in opioids in jail. They all they going to do is get addicted. That's it. So now the mental health illness, drug addiction has always been a mental health illness, but they didn't care in the 90s. So now we care because white people being affected. That's why we should care. I don't care. $30 million down the drain for what? That $30 million
10 seconds.
Schools because our school system sucks in urban communities. That $30 million can go about finding people for housing because housing is a crisis in New York, in Chicago, in California. People are homeless all around. If you're going to use it for drugs, I'd rather you use it so they can get off rehabilitation, not give them more a safeguard. Why? In Canada, they're trying to do something in which they weigh out the drugs because the biggest part of opioids is the fact that they overdose, right? But don't people know if you give them something, the right amount, that high is very quick. Where are they going to get the next high from? Where are they going to get the next high from? I feel like we're doing all this to appease white people, but when we were in the same thing, they didn't care about us. So why should we care? Then, Wiley, what got me tight is that people are still in jail because of weed. But the same people who are in jail for weed, you go to jail for drugs than you do for killing people, right? So now you're in jail for weed, but you can't even invest into cannabis. It's garbage. You can't even invest, but white people can. So when people talk about, oh, Biden didn't care, yes, Biden does care about the crack. The smoking, what is the smoking safe kit? What does that consist of? It has to have a stem. We all know that. Yes. People didn't want to say crack because, of course, you got Biden, who was a big information, who purposely put people in jail for crack. 5 years. That's what broke up the black family and community. We all know what crack did to the community. We all know that. Did they care about us? So why should we care about these white folks? That's on.
Well, for me, it's not just white people on opioids. It's black people on opioids as well.
At a higher amount.
I just want to put that out there as well. It affects black people as well. It's not just white folks on opioids.
With crack and cocaine. Cocaine was mostly a white drug, right? But then they found out that if you make it a little bit better, it can stretch and it's more potent. And crack is a cheaper part of cocaine. Right? We know that opioids, it's a white people thing. I'm not saying that black people are not on it, but a higher amount, you have people who are using fentanyl, pain meds, or mostly white folks, right? It's so bad that even people who have sickle cell disease, which mostly affects black people, right? Sickle cell is very big in our community, who go through pain crisis. When they go to the ER room for their pain crisis, they're denied opioids for their pain crisis because the doctors would think they're drug seeking. But if it's a white person that says they need drugs, it's okay with it. And everyone who has sickle cell disease know how painful those crises are. The papers are out there, right? The bias when it comes to people who are black who say they seek pain compared to those who are white who are seeking pain, right? Back pain and all this garbage. Let me tell you, first of all, the government have dropped the back so hard. It's like I just want.
Well, I've always said legalize it all and tax it and invest in drug treatment programs. I said legalize it and let me own a company and own me a store and do it and then invest in drug treatment programs and invest in education. Why make it illegal? People are going to use drugs regardless, so why not legalize it? I'm just saying. This is my.
Because why legalize something that I'm not going to get a part of the pie?
You can if you invest and get your license to do it, ma'am. You can. I've known African Americans that own dispensaries. They're doing very well for themselves. So you can own your own. It's not. It could be. It could be more. It could be more. And that's why we fight for that to get more people. But it is some that do own it, and we do need more representation in that department. And they're fighting for that. I know in Chicago they're offering more licenses for African Americans, and so they're really putting it on the forefront. That's why you have to really put the energy to that and say, hey, give more license to black people because we were historically arrested and incarcerated because of this. So we should be in the front of the line for these licenses, and that's why it's so important to run for office, be in those decision-making rooms so we can give our people a piece of the pie. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, but we don't run the government officials. So us having weed dispensaries is already a hard thing. What they need to do is expunge everyone who went to jail for weed in the first place so they don't have anything on their record. because I need them to go ahead and invest, right? Secondly, I need them to stop being honest with this whole, we want $30 million where you could have put $30 million on paying reparations to adults. $30 million could be contributed to have more rehabilitation for people who are on drugs. Don't pacify their drug addiction. Instead, what they need to do is help them get off and understand why. First of all, you can't force a drug addict to get off. I don't know how people understand like the cycle of like, denial or pre-continence, or the people who want, when you need to get off of certain things, they have to want to get off of it. That's the thing. The thing is, once they get off of it, how are they going to sustain their life afterwards? What can they do when they get back in? I think they should just build up more prisons privately, put those who are opioids to get caught, like how we got caught with like a crack, put them in jail, okay? Sweep up the streets, okay? And that's what I want to see. I don't care about this whole drug program because it's a facade. And again, every time the Democrats is doing things they should not be doing. The point of you being in office, I understand how Congress works, right? We got the House, we got the Senate. And if there's a tie, we have Kamala, who's like the tiebreaker, or Kamala. This is your time to just pass everything, filibuster everything. Well, I don't know what's the problem. I feel like we're back at square one again, and then we're going to get smoke up our tail again, and we're not going to get the chair. I don't even want Democrats to win the Republican election because they never learned from the Republicans. When Trump was in office, he made sure all his cronies got off. He made sure all the Supreme Court justices were filled to capacity. He was doing so much stupidity. I was like, is he serious? But he was serious. But what are we doing? We're always trying to be nice with Republicans. And let's be completely honest. Democrats and Republicans are the same thing. Democrats use us in order to get into office, but nothing happens for Black people. We are the least. They don't care about us, but yet we put them in office. So I feel like I need to vote more independently because I am tired of what they're showing us, and they just throw dirty water in our face like they don't care. Also, Wiley, what's up with you being a little side chick? What's up with that? You don't speak with your roommate boyfriend? You don't got no shame?
Listen. That was about hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. That was in my past. And I'm just telling you, hey, it happened. It was in my past. We moving forward. And I brought this to y'all to attention. Well, technically it really wasn't his, it was someone that was his boyfriend. And we just did it. It happened.
What do you mean you just did it? You just don't fall in.
Hey. Listen.
It's like
it was a mistake.
Lifetime movie, single Black female. Let me find out you're a single Black roommate.
No, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. That actually happened. And we moving forward. It happened in my past, and I shared it out to everything. And that's why I'm here alone.
This is why you don't mind when you hear side chick stuff, because that's your role. You open your mind to this. That's the reason why when we come at you, you're like, why? I mean, it's not up to them. It's up to the man. But you know who's doing this. Like, how can you just do, like, that's disrespectful, kid. You out there because you can't find your own. This is the problem. Find your own money. Stop borrowing money. Stop borrowing people man. You can't find your own. I'm sure you can find someone in Texas, Wally. You got to go out there and use his man, and you probably try to get him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you be persuading them, but it's
listen.
You said you didn't sleep with one of his boyfriends, but you slept with all of them. You got no shame. You got no shame. Like, moving on from that. This Nicki Minaj stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I told y'all when you did the review with Do We Want a Problem, I told y'all how I felt about Do You Want a Problem and Bussin. And I told you Bussin was a Fifi reject. I told you I didn't like Bussin, and then all the bars came out and me saying, oh, you're not a real bar. This is the problem with Nicki Minaj extreme bar fiend, okay? They don't know the difference of being delusional and being honest. I feel like, when your friend, when your friend having a bad outfit and you tell them you really don't like it, so you tell them, oh, if you like it, I love it. That means you're telling them, girl, I don't like it, but I don't want to hurt your feelings, right? So this is what we're doing to Nicki Minaj, and I feel like she is too much of a great artist for us to tell her nonsense. One thing I love about Nicki is that she has a talent. No one No one can't take that from her. She's one of my favorite artists. Anytime she's on a feature, I always skip to her part. And I always memorize her part because I know her features are fire, her metaphors are fire, her similes are fire, things of that nature. But I'm going to be honest. When Bussin was playing, I told y'all from the jump, oh, this sounds like Fifi. It has no substance. I don't even know what she was trying to say. The thing is, Nicki can't sing. Stop saying, oh, she can sing. She cannot sing. She needs autotune. If you need autotune, you can't sing. I wish I can sing, and I know I can't sing. Stop it. I didn't call. I don't want to be on a Nicki track and listen to her singing. She's not a Doja. Doja can sing. Nicki cannot sing. Nicki is good with words. But Bussin is corny. I didn't like it at all. I don't think we needed a record from her, from Little Baby. I feel like it was very underwhelming. I feel like I don't even like Do We Have a Problem? Right? I told you I didn't like the beginning when she was singing on it. I feel like it should have been like a singer sing on it, not her. Maybe like a Star or even a Summer Walker or somebody who can sing on the track and then her just rap it. I want to see more from her. I don't know what she's trying to do moving forward. Like, what is her new identity? But I really want her to tap into Roman. For some reason, I feel like she never gave Roman a chance. We heard from Roman a little bit, but I need that gutter stuff. I need that type of music from when she made this song, "Welcome to the Party" with Pop Smoke, or when she was on the Baby track. Like, I like that type of Nicki. Either she's gonna be pop, or she's gonna be something else, right? But all this mixy, I feel like she should just focus on giving us her documentary. Aren't we waiting on that? Wiley, where's the doc? Where's the documentary?
I believe.
It's been how long now? What is it?
It's coming. I think it's going to come at the right moment. I think she was waiting on her legal. I think she was waiting on her legal stuff to get passed. But I'm a huge component that she should stop singing. Cardi B have the crown right now, and she's feeling the pressure, and she's trying to dominate.
Okay, let's
and Cardi B makes lately, and we have to compare Cardi B last records compared to Bussin and compared to Do We Have a Problem. Cardi B wins because Cardi B records are more commercial, more radio friendly, more records that you will bop to in the club. These records from Nicki is lackluster compared to Cardi. If we compare them, let's compare them. Let's compare WAP. Let's compare these records from Cardi up. It's more.
Okay, but Cardi. Okay.
I'm just saying. Let's just be clear. Let's compare the last Cardi records. Compared it. Let's compare it to Nicki. Cardi eats that.
Okay, first of all, Cardi's song WAP was with Megan. Let's be honest. The reason why Cardi put Megan on the track is because Megan was hot during that time.
Let's do a feature to feature.
Rollout.
It was good.
I love WAP.
And let's go to Up. Okay, Up was hot too.
But Up was like alliterations. Okay, I don't know if people know what alliterations are, but basically she sells by the seashore, Peter Pepper, pepper. It was basically like alliteration. But her videos was very popping. She has great visuals. First of all, Nicki, I don't like how the video went with Baby and stuff. It wasn't artistic enough when it comes to being unique. And also, Cardi has other things that she has going on. She got her little Reebok line, and her Reebok sneakers are popular. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna lie. And she was also a host and stuff like that. Like, Cardi doesn't want to be a rapper. Cardi is happy of what she was able to make. I felt like she kept postponing her album because she cannot exceed the next album moving forward. I think that's what she's scared to drop.
Okay. Well, we can't. But it's up. I just think Cardi again is waiting to these legal stuff pass her away, like not pass her away, but pass on, so she can focus on her music. Album wise, because when an album you have to stay focused, you got to go on tour, and then she had a baby. So I think once that's passed, the label like, okay, let's do the rollout, and it's very strategic of them to do it now because she got the Tasha K lawsuit is gone, she won that. Then she got this other lawsuit she got to figure. Then she got the club, the bartender thing. So can she be focused because she's got to go on tour for this next album? So when this next album come out, it got to be some hit records, and she can do that. Her team can do that, and then she got to go on tour. She never did a world tour. And now that the world is back open, I think it's right now very strategic of her to do a album and then do a world tour. Because I want to get a ticket because I've never seen Cardi B in person, like her do a performance
I
in
don't want to
person.
see her in person, but I feel like it should be hype. But let me get off the phone because your little chatters is like Shot Cry Reese is hating on me. We got the Queen Bee 240 hating on me, and we got the annoying
I don't know why people. I don't want that. You don't have to. You don't have to pay attention to the chat because the chat is the chat, but don't let them get to you. Like I'm having a conversation.
I know, but it's kind of like weird. It's kind of like I don't even contribute. Y'all out there.
I don't even pay attention to when they go in like that. Just let them go in and we just stay focused on that because you did have the pleasure of calling in and you giving your side of the story regarding Nicki Minaj, which is great. And I agree with you 100%.
I mean, I like going back and forth with the chat because the chat is irrelevant. They can call right in and put me on three-way. I have no problem with that. The thing is like they come to do nothing but just garbage of comments in your comment, which is cool. I like reading it because I think the comics too. But yeah, I like to call them out because but can you at least call in or you just gonna complain? You know what I'm saying, Wiley? Like the callers is good. I like watching your show. But I want to see more from Nicki. I hope we see more from Nicki. Nicki underwhelmed me this time, and I'm gonna be honest. A spade is a spade, and I'm glad you agree with me this time because you love. Do we got a problem? You and Armand love the song. I'm like, I don't like the song. Like, how y'all like the song? To me, it was corny. But she just needs more creativity. I don't know who's on her camp, but she needs to hire who's on Beyonce camp. Like something is not clicking. I don't know what it is, but she's borderline getting corny, and I don't think she knows how to roll out or be innovative anymore. I think she's too stuck in her ways. You know how Drake always reinvent himself? I think Nicki sometimes blocks her own creativity. And for someone who went to performance arts high school like she did, she is very creative. But I think she's so stuck on like I want to make bars, which you can, but you can make bars and you can make quick, a good hook. You can do both because she's talented like that. She's done it before. She has done it, and she will always continue to do it. But that's all I have to say, Wiley. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go watch a show. I hope you watch a Tinder Swindler. There's gonna be a new Netflix show called Weird Roommates, and it's about roommates who kill people. But you need to have one based on something that you be doing while you're sleeping with your roommate man, and see that as a Netflix show or at least a Lifetime show.
All right.
But have a great time. Happy Valentine's Day.
All right. Happy Valentine's to you too. All right. That was the one and only the voice of New York. So in my close, we're gonna get Nicki on our show. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep sending emails. We're talking to one of her to her security guards. We're trying to, I'm trying to impersonate somebody in her team and try to get her on the show. It's gonna happen. All right. So we definitely working on that. So we want to say thank you. Thank you all for calling in. We're gonna go. Make sure y'all leave us a comment, thumbs up the video. We're gonna be back live tomorrow because I do want to talk about CNA thoughts. Want to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna say thank you. And we got a lot of topics that we're gonna get into tomorrow that we didn't talk about tonight. We was on for almost about 2 hours, and the reason why we ended the show is because we've been on here for almost 2 hours. Okay, we're gonna say thank you. So the next time we go live, call in and we keep the show going. But I gotta finish up reading CNA thoughts, and of course we're gonna review that on tomorrow. All right, we gotta review that. So I want to thank you to the people sending me super chats. Y'all, thank y'all so much because somebody said you don't ever get no super chats. I said we get super chats when they want to send us super chats. But we do want to thank y'all for y'all love, for y'all support, and stuff like that. But continue to email us, DM us, or any topic that you want to discuss, and we will definitely talk about it. But we say thank you so very much. They said Wiley, stay. I am not staying. Oh man, I'm not saying I'll be back tomorrow. I want to say rest in peace to Whitney Houston. Happy birthday to Brandy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Brandy. Happy birthday to you. Hey. Okay. Yes, it's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media at Wiley Show. Thank y'all so very much. And we will see y'all tomorrow back with another video. Because I'm going to save some of these topics for tomorrow so y'all can see me over the weekend. All right. And it's a Super Bowl. And it's a Super Bowl weekend. Is it a Super Bowl weekend? I don't know. Is it? Or the next weekend? Happy. Okay. All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.